Hey everyone, and thanks for stopping by to my channel. In this video I'm going to go through the S.H.Figuarts Avengers Infinity War Bucky action figure. This came out a little while ago now, but mine is still unopened, so here it is in the brown shipper box. This is a web exclusive, as it says on the top, and then thus it comes with a brown shipper box. Shipper boxes are pretty plain, it just comes with a barcode and then some plain text on there, not a whole lot. So you can see the tape is not cut open. So let's get this open so I can show you the real packaging and then onto the figure itself. So here's the Avengers Infinity War Bucky action figure out of the shipper box, and now just still stuck in its original box. So in this one they're using more of a green themed Avengers Infinity War packaging, same sort of window style with the trim, the gold trim here, but the rest is all green. Thanos, for example, used a blue color scheme to his. So you can see Bucky there, and he comes with an additional faceplate and a likeness. We'll go into that in a little bit more detail. It's got painted portrait of Bucky too. This one does indeed come with the hologram sticker. Not every single one of the S.H.Figuarts comes with that for some reason, but it seems to be more of a normal thing these days. Web Tamashi logo on the side, picture of the figure. On the back are more pictures of the figure. Side is just a logo and some text. Top and the bottom. So let's get this guy open. By the way, yes, he comes with a gun weapon as an accessory, but that's about it. I don't think he comes with much else than the two faces and the gun. So let's get this thing open and let's go through the figure itself properly. Okay, so here is Bucky out of the box. Now this should actually be relatively quick because, as you can tell, Bucky doesn't come with a lot of optional parts or accessories, and the figure is relatively straightforward. So let's go through the parts first. So he comes with his gun. Actually, I don't know the name of this kind of gun, so if you know it, leave a comment below. But it's pretty much a solid plastic, molded and then sculpted, and it looks okay. It's just a lightweight plastic. This bit here is pretty delicate on the top. It's thin plastic, so don't push it too hard in case it does snap off. And then you get the clip or magazine, which comes separately. So that goes onto this side. It only goes one way, so you just plug it in. It fits okay, but it can come off if you leave it on and you want to apply it to the figure itself, so it might come off now and then. But that's the gun. Then he comes with one optional face, so that's pretty annoying or disappointing, let's say, that he only comes with one additional optional. So this is just him looking towards the left a little bit with the front long hair, whereas the original face is just him looking dead straight ahead. Now, in terms of likeness, then it's not amazing, it's not spectacular. You know who it's supposed to be, and I guess if that was their goalpost, then they've met that, but it's not like defining or anything like that. It could be better. Let's just say that it could be better. I haven't seen the Marvel Legends one. That one might actually be even more better. Sometimes their faces can be much more recognizable. So this is probably one of the more disappointing likenesses for faces in terms of any S.H.Figuarts really, and especially in the Infinity War line. Then let's go to the hands. So he comes with a pair of hands that are used to hold the gun itself. So the right hand holds the gun, this one at the trigger point, and this left hand with the metal arm, this one actually holds the gun and it rests in its palm, and I'll show you that in just a moment. And then his last pair of hands, again very limited options, is just open palm hands for left and the right. And then just showing you the details on the metal hand if I didn't drop it, but here we go, the details on the metal hand. So you can see the ribbing on the fingers and then the lines on the above side of the palm. Just to compare with the other one, there's a little bit more gold on the one that holds the gun, so you can see on the little finger there, whereas on this one it doesn't really have it. Not sure why that is, but it's just a minor thing that I spotted. But that's it for his hands. Let me quickly show you how to attach this right hand to the gun. So I'll take this off so it doesn't get in the way. So what you do, just get the handle, the handle, let's just call it, and you can just kind of put it in like that and then twist it back in, and it should be okay. It's a bit loose. It's not the most snug of fit or the tightest of holds, but it's okay. But this hand in general, actually, once I put it onto the figure, it's a bit loose overall, so it's a bit annoying to actually get the figure holding the gun without bits falling off. But let's go into the figure itself now. So the figure itself, you know who it's supposed to be. It's Bucky with his metal arm and then the blue jacket that he's wearing. I really do like the jacket. It doesn't come across that great on this figure, but it's still a cool jacket. But then going through top to bottom on details, so you can see again his original face, which just looks dead straight ahead. The likeness, like I said, it's okay, it's not amazing, it's disappointing really, and it should be better. But you may be able to get a third-party head off eBay, which a lot of people have been doing for the Captain America figure, which has a really impressive third-party head available. So then going down to his jacket, so you can see the ribbing on his the actual front of the jacket, and then the buckles here. The buckles I think should be a bit brighter looking. I think on the video they might actually end up being a lot brighter than they are in person, probably down to the light that's shining right onto it, but it could be better, I think. Then you've got the right side, the right arm, forearm with the guard there, a little bit of armor, and the buckles around it, and then of course his hands, which I went through briefly, which are going to be different from the left. The left arm has a bit of a green tinge to it. In less harsh lighting that I've got currently, it can look a little bit more blackish grey gunmetal that they're trying to go for, but generally it's got a bit more of a green kind of color or hue to it, a bit like his pants, darker shade or metallic shade of his pants. Whereas if you look at every other figure and then the film itself, it's more of a black, gunmetal, whichever one you want to call it, but definitely not green in my opinion. That could be a really disappointing thing for certain Bucky Bucky fans. For me, it's okay. I think it's just because kind of got, like I said, the bright light shining on it, so it's kind of staring right at me like that. Then down to his pants, then he's got pretty basic green army combat pants on, and he's got the knife on his side. This knife can come off pretty easily when you're playing around with the figure. It just holds with two little pegs like so, and then you just put it back on. It might even just come off just from sticking to my thumb maybe. Okay, but it can come off relatively easily like so. So I'm going to leave it there just so it doesn't fall off later on. Then you got the buckles around his thigh, and then down to the boots. Then both are the same with the buckles again down onto the soles and the tip of the toes as well with the black. So it's a pretty basic figure overall. In terms of details, there's not a whole lot to really talk about. Bucky doesn't really have very many iconic features apart from his arm, I feel, but that's his look overall. Now in terms of articulation, he can't look up a whole lot because of his mullet hairstyle. That's about as far as I can get him right there, before the head pops off. Looking down is about that much again before the head pops off. My head pops off a little bit more, as in this guy's head, not my literal head. Tilting again, well, there goes his head. Tilting is not so much because of, again, the mullet hairstyle, but he can look left and right. His arms go up and around, both of them the same. I'll show you both because they're different. And then at the elbow he can bend like so on the left arm, and similarly on the right arm, so it's fine. Both hands then can twist and rotate on the wrist like so. So the fist here is joined quite snugly, like I said with the other hand, which I'll show you in a minute. When I put that on, it doesn't fit as great. Then to the torso, you can bend down and back. If you bend down, bit of gap on the back, but it's okay. Side to side, twist, but again if you twist you're going to get a bit of gap. Down, then you can twist again. Bring his legs up like so. Legs do use a pull down motion, so I'll show you that again for both of them. Gives you a little bit of extra range. Then he can kick up yay high. Knees only bend around 90 degrees, which is a bit disappointing, but it's okay. Not really sure why they had to limit it to just 90 degrees. I think they could have got it a bit further, but hey ho, that's the figure. Then onto his ankle. So he's got no calf twist there, but onto his ankle he can go up and down and twist and rotate, and then the toe pivot like so. So that's the articulation for this figure for the most part. He's again a very basic figure, even in terms of engineering and articulation side of things. So let's quickly change his face. That's very similar, but it's actually, you can see it's very clean. There's a line that goes around, but it's very clean because of the way his hair looks. So you have to look closely to see that line. Grab the other one and then just squeeze it on like so. And there we go. Just very similar face. Now he's looking to the left. Then for his hand, take it off like so. And then I'm going to get the gun one. And put that on. Now mine, like I said, it doesn't stay snug. It's okay here. But I feel that when I'm trying to maneuver it with the gun attached, it can be a bit unwieldy and it just falls off. But anyway, let's get the gun on. So put it on like this. There we go. And then we can attach the magazine clip. Where's it? Oh, missing it. There we go. And then there we go. He's holding his gun. It's a bit loose, like I mentioned. How to hold his gun then? So you just switch the left hand to this one where it's a bit more curved fingers. Now let's take this magazine clip off because it's going to be a bit, it will take a bit more time to get him to hold it properly. So what you do, it's around this point of the gun where it fits right into his palm, like this. There we go. So I won't even get him to hold it with the left hand. So he's holding it very, very snugly. Actually, much better than the left hand, I might say. So obviously, this could take a bit of work. So this one, you know, it can come off of the hand or whatever. So I'll do it anyway, just to kind of illustrate how he holds the gun. There we go. So there, he's holding it pretty snugly. It shouldn't, you know, I'm shaking it. It shouldn't really fall out. But like I said, when you're playing with it, certain bits might fall off, like the knife or, you know, the hands if you've got very loose joints. But otherwise, it should be okay. But that's all he has, actually. He doesn't have like any other cool weapons or accessories to really play around with. I mean, it's not like his knife comes out, which is a bit of a shame. Let's put that back on. Just complete the look. So yeah, it's a shame he doesn't come with a lot more with this figure. But to be honest, because this is the Infinity War version, he didn't really do a whole lot in that film either. He didn't have a lot of screen time in there. So yeah, if you do have the Rocket Raccoon figure, which I did not get for Infinity War, that's what I meant by the knife coming off, then you can probably use, say, this same hand to kind of pose it so he's grabbing onto a rocket and then doing that spinning around, and they're both shooting Chitauri. But that's it. That's Bucky. He did cost a little bit more. I think he was about 7,000 yen because he's a web exclusive. Honestly though, I'm a bit disappointed with this figure. I don't think it's a must-have. I couldn't really recommend it. If you are a completionist and you want to complete the entire Infinity War line, then of course you've got no choice but to pony up the dough for it. But if you can go without it and you've got other figures that you want to get and you've got your eyes on, then I would say he's a bit of a pass for me. That's it really. I got mine from Nippon Yasan, like I said, for around 7,000 yen. He may be a bit more now because of his web exclusive nature. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll cover more figures in the upcoming videos. Stay safe wherever you are. Have fun. Peace out.